Okay, here we are in my VIP meditation room in Chom Tong in the hotel. Wow. A big 5-story meditation hall. Ajahn Tong, our head teacher, is down at the end of the hallway. So you can see meditators coming, meditating here. Okay. So, yeah. So here I am. And they give me a special room now with all the amenities. Sorry about the camera. Refrigerator unplugged. This is all sorts of stuff I brought to give away. This is my own stuff. And just got this book done in Malaysia. It's not bad. Actually, they used an older version, which is too bad. It looks a little bit... yeah, but anyway, there it is. And what else? We got a balcony. Oh yeah, I'll show you the rest of the center. This is where I first came to meditate. It didn't look anything like this. All of this was rice fields. And over here, let's see, I think it's that one. Does that say number 12 on it? Yes, number 12. That's where I first started meditating. And right behind it here was rice fields. And all the way out was rice fields. And now all the way out is meditation rooms. And you see there at the end, this construction, this is where they're building a kuti for Ajahn Tong to live in the future. And this over here, this was a bamboo, this used to be a single-story bamboo hut, Dhammo hall that we used to go and meditate in, and now it's 2 stories. It's actually older. This building that I'm in is newer than that one. And over here is the newest addition. It's a big school residence for the school. The school is over. Just a second, I don't know. Turn that off there. And you can see over there is the school is over there. This is the school building, and that's the residence for the school. And there's some meditators coming over to meditate. And this is the women's section in here, and it goes way back there. You can't see it behind the trees. And this is the men's section with the monks. Those buildings over there are houses where students of Ajahn Tong have come to stay. This building down here is the kitchen, and that's it. So there's the tour. Here, let me put this up here. So there you have it. This is where I'm going to be staying for the next 10 days. I've been here 3 days already. Already started meditating and getting over jet lag. I made my last video when I was just starting to feel the effects of jet lag, and I'm still not completely over it. But today I'm going to start a meditation course. So this will be the last you hear from me for the next 10 days. How is it being back here? I think it's surprising how how crazy the place is, really, and how unhappy people generally seem to be. And I think it has something to do with how many people are here. As you can see, it's a huge place, but it also has something to do with the proximity to the city. The monastery is actually built sort of as a part of the city, and you can hear in the background the noises of the cars, and what that means is there's a lot of activity here and a lot of different types of activity. So it's not just a meditation center. There's also the school, and there's also the people coming for other reasons, to make merit or to get involved. And there's, it's there's monk politics and so on involved with the local monastic government and so on. But yeah, it seems that there's a lot of stress at this place, and another reason I think that is something that's more of interest to those of us who are meditating, and that's the fact that what we're doing is actually really fighting with what's inside, in the same way a person who has a physical sickness has to fight with that and come to terms with it. The people here, you can see that they're really fighting. And in fact, one thing I thought of was the fact that it's actually the people who are suffering who actually seem more admirable. Like the people who are smiling and joking and having fun are the same people who then turn around and get angry and cause problems for the place. And you can see this. You can see this in a place like this. The people who are really serious and kind of grim-faced and will tell you how much trouble they're having are the ones who are actually fighting with the problems that they have inside. And one thing I've realized being back here is how much I've learned in terms of rising above that. So you see here I am in this this VIP room, but I stay here. I don't go out and get involved with the people in the monastery. For a couple of days, I just found out today they've been looking for me. They don't know where I'm staying even. People don't know that I'm here. And then they heard that I was back, and people are looking for me and trying to get me those books. But I just don't get involved, and the people who have really succeeded here do the same. They've learned to bring themselves above conflict. So I think this is instructive for all of us in whatever situation we are. The way to win in a conflict, or to overcome a conflict, is not to defeat other people. It's to rise above the conflict, to live on a level above that dimension, the dimension that conflict is on, or those people are working on, because there's a lot of conflict and politics in a place like this, or in any place where there's lots of people and egos and so on. But when you rise above it, when you think in a different way, when your frame of reference, when your mode of existence is on a different level, then it can't affect you, and it can't get at you. That's something that I think has really been instrumental. You see how the forces of evil, if you will, and these exist in all of us, and they seem to somehow exist palpably in the world around us. How they seek you out and try to pull you in and try to drag you down, and to control you, to bring you into their sphere of influence. And there's no way you can win against that. The more you fight, the more involved you become in that dimension, in that sphere of influence. The only way to win is to rise above it. And so if people want to control you externally, let them control you. They want to tell you where to stay, what to do, and so on. It's on a certain dimension, and if you fight that, if you get involved with it, you can only suffer. Even though you win, you're still on that dimension, in the dimension of conflict. And only when you rise above it, when you're able to live on the level of the mind, and the dimension where true freedom exists, where true freedom is possible, which is within ourselves, then you can rise above it, and then you can truly be victorious. So that's what I found. You can really feel the conflict in a place where there's so many people, and in such a small space. Even in a place where people are ostensibly trying to purify themselves. And I think it's safe to say that not everyone here is doing that, is even trying. And a lot of people are trying and not succeeding very well. But it's encouraging to see that there's so many people still trying. And it's I think it's instructive for those people who think that meditation should somehow be pleasant and comfortable all the time, that it should be a joyride. It's really a misunderstanding of what meditation is, as I've said before. Meditation should be compared to the healing of the sicknesses in the body, which is never fun. Nobody goes to the hospital and laughs and dances and sings during the time of their sickness. But when you're free from sickness, then the happiness and the freedom comes. I was thinking about, well, I mean, that's one way of looking at it, is in terms of getting healed. When you're sick, you come to a place like this, and it's quite miserable to have to go through the treatment. And as you go through the treatment, it brings up a lot of unpleasantness, just as the hospital does. But that's the healing process. It's hard work. It's quite trying to go through. And another way of looking at it, I think, is in terms of the struggle for freedom. If you look at any struggle for physical freedom, like the story of Nelson Mandela, who had to spend 27 years in jail just to begin, as he said, to find freedom for the people. And even when with the end of apartheid in South Africa, he knew it wasn't the true freedom, which comes from within, which we had to build through trust and through understanding. And so we shouldn't underestimate the difficulty and the significance of what we're doing. It's not just sitting down for fun and poof, you're enlightened, or poof, you're free from the sicknesses that we have inside. You're free from suffering. If physical suffering took so many years just for a group of people in South Africa, externally, how much longer is it going to take for us to find true freedom within ourselves? So, people always ask, why I seem so serious, why my videos are not more humorous, more exciting, more entertaining. And I'd say, if that's what you're looking for, then you're on the wrong track and you should go elsewhere. This is a very serious thing that we're doing. I know YouTube is seen as a means of entertainment, and people think it should be enjoyable. Well, this is kind of a wake-up call, that what we're doing here is something very serious. And the YouTube is the medium that I use to teach, and many other people use to teach. But we're teaching the understanding that there's a lot of work for us to do, and that the most important thing is not to enjoy what we're doing, but to do that which is leading us to true freedom from sickness, freedom from suffering. So, just another thought for today, and that'll be my last one before I go into some serious meditation, some serious spiritual soul searching, or whatever you call it, spiritual cleansing, I guess. Meditation is a readjustment of the mind. It's looking at how your mind works and seeing all of the kinks, all of the knots, and slowly untying them. So that's what we do here. And that's what I plan to be doing for the next 10 days and for the rest of my life. So thanks again for tuning in, everyone, and for the good comment, for the positive feedback, which is always welcome. Negative feedback is welcome, but to an extent. I'm not looking for an argument. If you don't agree, you can just go elsewhere. But thanks for tuning in anyway, and all the best, everyone.